Grace, you're here in Nemo Rangers at the European elections count. Can you tell us what exactly is happening today?
Yes, so all of the ballot papers have arrived here into the Nemo Centre, and thousands of ballot papers. So the hall where the ballot papers have arrived is full with tables and full with counters. So I don't know, there must be 50 counters in there at least, and all of the ballot papers are set out, and the counters going through them, and then once they kind of make up a pile, I think it's a pile of 50 or 80 or so, they put a band around it and then they put it into kind of a pigeonhole. And so all the ones where number 1 Grace O'Sullivan, all into the pigeonhole. Number 1, you know, Sean Kelly, Billy Kelleher are running away with it at the moment, by all accounts. They go into the hole, and so with all the candidates. And then they once they have a certain threshold of numbers, then they go on to a big table. So you have a table for Sean Kelly, for Mick Wallace, for Grace O'Sullivan, for Susan Doyle, and the various candidates. And then you just see the thousands of ballot papers. So for instance, my table has thousands and it says Grace O'Sullivan on top, and then behind me there's Mick Wallace and thousands, and then Michael McNamara and his load, and then, like I said, Billy Kelleher and Sean Kelly are kind of running away with it. Their tables are kind of overflowing.
So, and like there were no tallies done for this. So it's very unclear until you look.
Very unclear. And what they're saying is the voting patterns are not as you might expect. So in one case, for instance, you know, I heard that someone like, I think it was a Soc Dem 1 and a Derek Bly 2, you know, like a kind of strange kind of pattern. Because normally what you'd expect is kind of the centre left, it all kind of transfer to each other.
Exactly.
So you'll get that kind of pattern, but there's really very strange patterns. The one thing that people are telling me here in Nemo is when they went into the polling stations around the constituency, they did find it overwhelming with the number of candidates and the number of candidates that they didn't know. So that kind of made it difficult. So what happened in that case was they tended to vote, you know, for the face they knew. So they came in, and if they were already in Waterford and they were going to give 1 Grace O'Sullivan, they gave 1 Grace O'Sullivan, and then they might look and say, oh, Sean Kelly, I know his name, I'll give him it too. Oh, there's Billy, you know, so that kind of thing was happening as well. So look, what will happen today is that they're they're putting all the tallies together, really, all the ballot papers, and then we understand that there won't be an announcement tonight.
Yeah,
we thought
no
there might
count.
be. So no first count tonight. So that'll happen sometime tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah.
And then it'll go through Monday and Tuesday. Now, in my own case, we're you know, somewhat disappointed, to be honest. We haven't the numbers on the paper now. It's all
just looking at it
now on the table. It's all looking by eye.
Okay,
it's a very kind of crude analysis of the numbers. But so we're not we're not where we would have wanted. We want a bit further ahead. So I think I'll be in a difficult position to hold my seat. But look, I've done my best. I've acted. I brought legislation across the line that will stand through to 2030. I would have loved to be there to keep the pressure on in terms of environment quality, in terms of climate change, in terms of stopping public money, subsidies going to support fossil fuel companies that are burning the earth. But this wasn't the climate election as 2019 was.
Okay.
People have other things on their minds. They're focusing on other things. I will always focus on the quality of the environment to support public health. So look, whatever happens, I really do feel I've done my best.
And how did the campaign go, out canvassing?
Yeah, it was really interesting because, you know, like in my case, I've been a MEP for 5 years, and believe me, over the 5 years, people don't really tune into your work too much. Now, we've had our office in Washington Street in Cork, very open office, open door policy. Every email that was coming in, we were dealing with, and people would get a reply. But like, what is extraordinary, it's really only in the last week of the election that the voters start to zone in on what it is. And that's where we, someone said to me, we started, Grace O'Sullivan, MEP, had a sprint on social media because we were just lashing out the material to show people the work that I had done. What has been difficult is to then interact with disinformation or people attacking me for something that, you know, there just wasn't time to kind of fight back. We did our best, but again, this is extraordinary. In 2019, it wasn't a social media campaign. Like Twitter was just getting going. This is 2024, and the whole thing is playing out. Whole thing is playing out on social media.
And do you think could we be here till the end of the week?
I'd say you'd be here midweek, absolutely. Midweek, absolutely. Okay. You know, but can I just say, anyone who voted for me, thank you so much. I really, really, genuinely appreciate the votes I got in 2019. I worked my butt off, as they say, and anyone who tried to get me back in, I do appreciate the support. Thanks.
Well, we wish you the best of luck anyway over the next coming days.
Yeah, thanks, Kieran.